This is one of the things I often say is that, it's lovely that our world is so connected now. It's more connected than it has ever been, and that's definitely true. We are more connected to each other than we have ever been in the history of our species. Problem is that our capacity to connect ourselves has vastly outstripped our capacity to develop the necessary kind of social evolution to deal with that. Like we're still designed and hardwired for a tribe of maybe 10, 20 people. We are nowhere near built for, my tribe is now several million. It's like, I can't realistically process that, I can't imagine that many people. I can sort of make, like, in the tens of thousands, I can imagine a very big, full sports stadium. And that's how I would visualize it and kind of hold in my mind the idea of a mass of people. Like a few thousand, maybe 1, 2. I imagine a large concert hall. But at millions, it's like I understand the number, but I can't connect that number to anything concrete that evokes any further kind of emotional impact beyond the number. It becomes it's unfortunately very much like that saying, one person dies is a tragedy, 1 million people die is a statistic. And there is that's not being callous. That's actually kind of describing the, at that level, we have no way of connecting ourselves to that number of people. That's too big for our brain to realistically think, yes, that's 1 million individuals. It's like, no, that's a blob. That's all that is now. And it's kind of like, I can't even imagine having 1,000 people in your year. Dear Lord. I had at least a passing acquaintance to almost everyone in my year in high school. And a very large number of them, I would be able to tell you, I like that person or I dislike that person, and there'd be a reason why. We would have some sort of relationship on some level. It wouldn't always be good, but it would be there. But at 1,000 people, I don't think you could do that. And so you'd become just isolated. It would feel really weird. Like you'd be alone, surrounded by people. I need to go down into the mines, I think. Also, I need to cook. That is probably a good thing for me to do. Let me see what things I've got to cook with. You've got so much nectar. Wow. That is glorious.
Have you,
someone in my chat just said, I imagine 1 million people as a cube, 100 people on a side. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Very messy. Now I've got like visions in my head of that like kind of dystopian sci-fi thing, the Cube. You ever see that? Cube Zero.
The movie?
Yeah.
I haven't, but I've had it vigorously spoiled for me.
Oh, that is a shame, because that's such a good movie. Honestly, I like it. I like the first two, actually.
Shell likes to spoil movies for me, and I don't generally have enough time, so it's like, I'm kind of just okay with her spoiling things for me, because the alternative is I just probably don't get to it.
That does sound a little bit similar to what happens with me and Sheelab. Sheelab is an avid consumer of horror movies. I enjoy them, but I do not have enough time to sit down and watch many. So quite often we'll be chatting and she'll say, oh yeah, we'll be looking for something to watch. Seen that. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't got enough time to see that one. And I know that I'm never really going to have enough time that I dedicate to see that, but I am kind of interested in what that trailer looks like. So what happens in it? And she'll spoil it on request. She doesn't just randomly spoil it for me, which is, I think is good.
I will stop Shell if it's like, okay, I actually want to see this movie, but if it's something that I'm just like, I might get to this someday. It's also one of those that I am very much in the class of personality that actually enjoys things more if it's spoiled for me and I know what's going to happen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know why, but it's like knowing what's going to happen before it happens is actually quite nice. Unless I'm playing a video game, at which point it kind of sucks, because then I'm just sitting there being like, well, I can't really talk about the plot. So, like, if I'm watching a movie or a TV show, it's nice because that means I can tune out and, like, not miss anything, but also know what's coming so I can see how they're doing it.
I feel a little bit bad about the amount of animals I just slaughtered.
No, you don't.
No, I do. There were so many there. I thought it was like 3 or 4. But then the amount of meat I picked up was like, oh no. Oh no, it was much more than that. Well, that was unfortunate. Because they were so clustered together. It must be a one-shot, an entire group. It's like, oops. Mistakes were made. By them, standing so close together, the fools.
I am crafting a giant megaforce north of our base, as I have
I just noticed as I came out to grab some things. Well, we're not going to find it hard to get... Well, you know what? I was going to say, we're not going to find it hard to get those hardened tree branches, but then I thought, no, we probably still will, actually.
I have like 30 of them.
I'm not even sure if I need them anymore, I'm going to be honest. I was just looking at that and I was thinking, yeah, that looks like a lot, but if we were actually trying to get some sort of rare drop, we would find that it would still not be enough. That's usually the way it goes.
There we go.
Okay. Right, so with foods and stuffs, I think I am now ready to head on down.
It's so big you can see it on the map.
Oh, really? Oh, wow, yeah.
Just this giant...
Mind you, so's the mushroom farm, actually.
Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Unfortunately, they do not grow fast.
No, I think I may have harvested them. Well, I harvested them when they were at that kind of middling stage, but I don't know if that was the mature stage. I thought it was. I harvested a bunch of them, and I was like, actually, might not have been. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to head on down into the mine. I'm not sure which level I'm going to go to, though. I think I'm still looking for, small venom sacs. And malformed dictophora and hawthorn
I was
mushrooms.
going to ask, by the way, have you messed around with the host, the rebound damage?
Yep. Yeah, I've got it right now, yeah.
Is it good? Like, does it actually do a whole lot of damage, or no, not really?
I've not really been able to notice because I've only got one level of it, but it rebounds 60% of damage received, apparently. That sounds pretty solid. It would probably be more useful against something that did a lot of damage to me, whereas most things are not currently doing a lot of damage to me. So I don't know, basically, is my statement on that. How do you see your overall armor again?
If you pull up your mutation menu.
It is in there, is it? Oh, yeah. Armor value 50. That's not so bad. Now, there's loads of mushroom biomes that I've investigated. We want to go in a different direction, though. I'm going to go and hit up some of these goblin homes. Maybe even fight a goblin king, if I come across one. Also, I'm going to try and find more of the big mushrooms.
By the way.
Did I not replant them? Oh, dear.
I don't...
Let me have a look.
I don't see them currently.
That would explain why I didn't see them. Oh, balls. Yeah, I'm coming back. I was like, I wonder why the cactus aren't there. I only just harvested them, so we haven't lost too much time on the growing. But when we were looking at the map, I was like, oh, that's interesting. The cactus don't show up. That's a little bit of a shame because that's quite a large area. And yeah, that's why I didn't plant them again. Like a dirt.
Let's see. You should, I think you have the thorns too, if you can plant those.
Oh,
because I still need both of those.
So bad.
That's fine.
My apologies. I think that was when you asked me about school and my brain just kind of switched over.
Yeah, it's fine. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm going to need one barrel cactus. Let's go grab one. Oh, there's none. Okay.
I probably have some on me, so I'll grab those for you now. Well, right, there's all the cacti. Let's pop down the thorns as well. One barrel cactus. Where are we? Do I even have... Like, what did you need?
I need one of the small cacti, one stingless cactus, and I will need some thorn branches at some point, but I'm not rushing those.
Okay. Right. I've got the stingless cactus on me. Let me just place down all the thorns now.
Because I wanted to see if I could have 160%. Thank you.
Where's the thorns? Let me just plant these.
All right. Now, are you actually taking damage, creature? No. So, okay. The rebound might only work in melee. Let's try this. Are they? Is he going to die?
It's kind of hard to tell because they were already poisoned. And I don't know if that's showing up. Oh, it could also be that it was attacking my mount as well, rather than me directly.
Oh, that's an interesting question. Dismount. Yeah, I think
he took several layers of damage just then. So it could be right. I'm gonna dismount.
Here, I'm gonna hold position on this.
No. Hold
I see a bear.
Stop.
What's up, bear? Hit me.
Yeah, it's taking damage.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide how much is it worth it to spec into this. But I think what I need to do is actually go down to the lower, like level 10 and see if there's an, because those guys actually do damage to me.
Weakness mastery. Pets attack damage increased by 25%. I accept.
That'll suck a little bit if the rebound damage only works if I'm off my mount, though.
Yeah, it will actually. Drag that one down. Trying to juggle around the position of my modification wheel is now starting to get quite full. Oh no, I definitely harvested those mushrooms too early. Damn it. Okay.
Oh, yeah, wait until I think there's like 3 of them. Then I think it's super worth it.
Oh, they have 3 sprouts today. Okay. Actually, I was on level 4, wasn't
I? Okay, so the answer is rebound damage is actually fairly substantial.
Well, yeah, if it's 60%, it just depends on something doing enough damage to matter.
It doesn't work if you've got ion skin.
Oh, right, because you need to take the damage. I get you.
Yeah, so there's no shortcut on that regard.
Also, I imagine the things that reduce damage you take would basically reduce the usefulness of that ability.
Yeah, it does. So it's like, it's still good. It's just not super good. I think I'll probably spec into evasion if I can, instead of rebound then. That ghost? Yeah.
I'm generally aggressive enough that I think rebound is going to be useful for me. I do tend to face tank things quite a lot. Like radiation. Drop some torches.
I'll have some rebound while I'm here. The next tier of rebound skill is actually really good if you can get it.
What does that one do? Oh yeah, I think that's the one I'm looking for. Yeah, I'm looking for that one right now. That I'm hoping to get a venom sac, a small venom sac, and I think that's all I need for it.
Let's see. I might have some of those.
Oh well, I only need 1. So if you do have some spare,
small venom sacs, I got 4.
Wonder what drops them down here.
I think it's insect stuff.
There aren't too many insects on the lower floors, so I'm surprised I've not already got it. But yeah, if I could grab one of those, then I can get the second tier of that.
What floor are you on?
Just on floor 4. Just heading over to a little goblin village. Okay.
I was really hoping the rebound would count the ion skin, because that would actually be super handy.
Yeah, but I do see why they don't, though, I guess.
I get
It would make it a little bit crazy.
Okay,
Well, I
so
like
you
your
just
little
needed
glow
one.
bug. Yes, please.
Oops.
Is that a light
Just
source that's
one.
following you
There
around?
you go. Yeah, it
That's
is. I
cool.
don't know where I got it, but yeah, it's like a little glowfly. I don't think it's very good. Let me go back into dark spot. No, it is enough that I don't feel super guilty for not having a torch on me.
Right.
But it is still super dark, and so it's probably not worth it.
I used up a load of the thorn branches I had recently, and that's what I needed to finish off the. Now that I've got the venom sac, I'm now shy on thorn branches. Like, it's always something.
Yep.
Should be able to get them soon enough, though.
Yeah, thorn branches. Yeah, I don't have enough to share.
Oh no, not needed at all. I'm sure we'll be able to get it. We've got a massive thorn patch, so. And then I just got the venom sac. Of course it would happen like that.
I don't think I'm going to be using them anyway, so it's no biggie. Also, just getting the basic like evasion perk is actually really nice. A 1 in 5 chance to evade is
actually that's quite like, substantial.
I'm avoiding. I mean, obviously 1 in 5 hits, but it feels like more than that.
Yeah, but you know when you think about it, that's 20%. That's a decent percentage. Good. You know, typically I think anything like around 10% is good in games, especially if it's something like getting hit. When you think of how often you're going to get hit in a game, having a 10% chance to dodge is quite substantial. 20% is bonkers.
Let's see.
I will be honest. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, keep an eye out for blood mushrooms. I have no idea what they look like.
They're they've got a reddish hue, and when you pick them up, like right, I'm right next to one right now growing. If you want to come over to me, I'm still on floor 4. I'm not far away from the elevator, about to the southeast. Yep. And you'll be able to see what a blood mushroom looks like in its growing state, because then you can keep an eye out for it. There you go.
This thing?
Yep.
Okay.
They look very weird when you pick them up.
Yeah, because
like
they
a
grow
little
on
polyp.
Every floor. Maybe I actually have been gathering them this entire time and I haven't noticed. But there's a specific mutation thing that they drop that's worth. Okay.
I've got to be honest, that one drop from the Insecta Queen, we need to hit the Insecta Queen several times, I think, to make sure that you've got this as well.
We go.
That poison spore is so cheesy. The fact that it can just move through walls.
It's super nice.
Yeah.
Do you have do you want a second one? Because I'm currently not using it.
Can you have to?
That's what I was wondering.
Huh. I wouldn't mind finding out, I guess.
Let's see. By the way, if you do see blood mushrooms, gather them, because we can replant them.
Yeah, I am now. Now that I've shown you that one, I'm picking up the ones that I see around the place. Because, as you say, we can just replant them on the overground. I wonder if mushrooms have any kind of growth modifier in the overground.
There's a perk that you can get that if you harvest them, they will grow faster.
Oh. That's useful.
So, like, when replanted or something like that. I don't know how worthwhile it is, but I saw that singular perk. I hope they expand the knowledge perks tremendously, because it seems like there's a lot of room for more. So I don't think I've ever actually really asked most of the collaborators I ever work with, but I was talking to one of the other Wholesome verse guys who is going to be pulling back a little bit because he's starting like a full-time job. What is your end game for YouTube? and Twitch and whatnot? Do you have one, or is it just keep going as long as you
Oh
possibly
yeah,
can?
no, I absolutely like. I've got an exit strategy basically. I will continue doing this for as long as I can, but I have a goal that I'm moving towards to remove my reliance on it as a source of income, and that is hopefully I'd like to buy some rental properties.
Yep. I know a couple of people that have been doing that.
It's it just seems like one of these things, like, you know, there's always people are always going to need places to rent, and I I remember talking about this really early on when I first started. I think in one of my first channel update videos where I sort of talked about, you know, what I aspire towards, and something I've wanted to do ever since I was really young, long before I actually went to uni. But I did work experience and stuff in university, and obviously I had, you know, lots of family who went there. But I wanted to get student apartments and things like that, so that people wouldn't just be price gouged, because it seemed like there was a lot of that going on. Yeah. I just thought, well, what I could do is I could get some student properties and I'd actually make them nice and not be just like, yeah, you're paying the earth for what is effectively a room attached to a kitchen with, you know, basically you buy a 3-bedroom house and turn it into a 10-bedroom student apartment. Nonsense like that. And I just thought, yeah, you know what, I'd like to get a 3-bedroom house and it be a 3-bed home, like, you know, for a house of multiple occupancy sort of thing. And then, I don't know, I just like the idea. Oh, I found one of those insects I think you were looking for. And it didn't drop anything, unfortunately. Yeah, that was always something I wanted to do long before I even had YouTube. It was always just this sort of idea, like, oh, that'd be a really nice thing. So when I kind of accidentally into the career of content creation, I thought, well, maybe that is now a genuine potential thing I could aim for.
Nice. I don't have anything anywhere near that lofty. I'm just going to try and hold on to this as long as I can.
Yeah. No, completely understandable. I mean, that's the thing, is that when I say, oh yeah, I've got an exit strategy, people think, well, you want to stop as soon as you've got that. It's like, no,
but no,
I just don't want to. I don't want to be reliant on it.
You know, you have to pull out. That's good.
Yeah. So it's like right now.
I hadn't really started thinking about that. I think we had to cut out for a second.
Yeah, we did a load of things. Just like I was picking up, just may have duped in my inventory, but that's fine.
Hey.
It looked like I was picking them up. I don't know actually if the game registered that I got them, but I was picking them up on the client side. It looked like, but yeah.
I hadn't really been thinking about exit strategies. I think up until the apocalypse, but then even post that, I've been kind of like, it'll be okay, at least for like another X number of years.
Yeah, the apocalypse. I actually had a really long conversation about that during my 7 Days to Die stream recently. Someone asked, so, you know, what's like the difference? You know, which one is better for you, YouTube or Twitch? And it's a really complicated answer to that, because they're very different business models, and your income is kind of tied to different things. But I kind of touched on the whole. With YouTube, it definitely feels like you don't need to do something. Like you can be doing a good job, like a genuinely good job, and something someone else does will utterly capsize the boat you're on.
Yep. Because
whereas Twitch is based on more of a tip. It's kind of a gratuity sort of thing. You know, it's basically like being a waiter. And so if you're the same person, if you're just being you, then you're kind of isolated a bit from what else is going on, because if there are people who like you and are happy to support you, then odds are they're going to continue wanting to support you. Obviously, global pandemic shows up, the world's economy slows down, just to prove me wrong, but but in a general sense, that's the way it works. But on YouTube, you're based on ads. You're not even the one dealing with the ads. It's the YouTube platform as a whole that companies advertise on. They can target ads, certainly, and depending on your demographic, they may want to target ads onto your platform. But if someone on the platform does something bad enough, a lot of advertisers will pull out, and then everyone's money goes down. And that sucks. That really sucks, because you had no control over it.
It was odd. I was... The, month or two around Adpocalypse were real spooky for me. My money just cratered. But after that, I've actually been a really weirdly, good spot, and I keep wondering, if it was kind of the same for everybody else.
It depends on your demographic. I know that I'm in a very fortunate place with my specific demographic, since it's highly targetable. It seems like it's a very valuable demographic to advertise to, so I get a lot of... Because the companies don't specifically advertise on my channel. They just tell YouTube, we're willing to pay more money to ensure this ad gets behind eyeballs of people of this particular group. And my general audience seems to be made up of a lot of people that happen to be in those kinds of demographics.
Let's see. I think I'm in about the same position. I think it varies a little bit.
Yeah, I imagine it does. I know there's other creators who've got wildly bigger channels than I do, and get ridiculous numbers compared to me, that have said that if they had the sort of CPM that I have, they'd be on 6 figures. But whilst I've got a good CPM, because advertisers are paying more to put ads on my channel, or rather, again, to put ads in front of... Oh, I don't have any bullets. Well, that's annoying. To put ads in front of my audience specifically, the numbers, don't give me anywhere near this kind of reach of some of the larger channels would be able to do with that. But it's been enough to mean that I haven't fared too badly. Too badly. It's always such a weird thing to talk about. It's honestly, I don't know. I think it's because I grew up quite. My family were not very economically wealthy, let's say, and as a result, I've never really. While I understand the value of money, it's never been a particularly high driving force for me. So it always feels like this kind of weird place, because enough money for me is just enough to make sure I don't have to worry, basically. If I'm not having to sit there paranoid that my pets are going to go hungry, or I'm going to be evicted from my house, I actually don't care. Obviously, having more means you've got a buffer and security against things going sideways, again, a global pandemic. But outside of that, why did cuckoos keep popping? So bizarre.
Are you being haunted by birds?
Yes. Every now and then I destroy something, and then a cuckoo takes its place. And I just don't... it's a phantom cuckoo. It's been happening the whole stream so far. But yeah, like I was saying, it's one of these weird things, because it's I understand that different people, and it's certainly different places where you live. I've got some friends who live in California, and enough money for them is drastically different to enough money for me.
There was a period of time, early on in my channel, where obviously I wasn't full-time on YouTube, and I was looking into doing QA work in San Francisco, and I was trying to figure out how much would it cost for me to live not comfortably, but live in the city. It's I'd have to have roommates, I'd have to have a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah, maybe not. I didn't get the job, so that kind of solved the problem. But it was definitely one of those where it's like, this.
Yeah.
Maybe that state's not okay.
Yep. No, I completely get you with that. I'm gonna have a sandwich.